Seniors, Japanese secret for hip stability. After 60, do you ever feel a little unsteady on your feet? Maybe you grip the railing going downstairs or need your hands to push up from a chair. That shaky feeling is common, and it can make simple things like walking in the park, shopping, or playing with your grandkids feel harder than they should. But here's the good news. Staying steady doesn't require fancy equipment or long workouts. In fact, there's a simple, time-tested method that's been keeping people strong and independent for generations. Even if you haven't exercised in years, these gentle moves can work for you. In this video, we'll share the Japanese secret to hip stability after 60 by showing you 3 powerful exercises designed to strengthen your foundation and keep you moving with ease. But before we jump into the exercises, let's take a moment to understand why this method works and why it's trusted by health professionals around the world. Experts who specialize in mobility and fall prevention have spent years studying how aging affects our hips, balance, and overall stability. What they've discovered is quite amazing. The exercises I'm about to show you aren't just safe, they're backed by solid research. Even more inspiring, many of these movements are rooted in time-tested Japanese traditions. The very same practices that have helped seniors in Japan stay strong, mobile, and independent well into their 80s and 90s. In Japan, seniors practice gentle routines like radio taiso every morning, not in gyms, but in parks, homes, and community centers. These daily habits have been shown to improve joint mobility, muscle strength, and coordination. What's super exciting is that experts have now adapted these movements specifically for older adults dealing with stiffness, weakness, or even the fear of falling, so you can benefit from the same time-tested traditions right at home. Today, these exercises are used in senior rehab programs worldwide. The best part is that you don't need to be flexible, fit, or experienced. They're gentle enough for beginners, yet strong enough to restore balance, strength, and confidence. Now that you understand the why, let's explore the how as I walk you through 3 Japanese-inspired exercises designed to build hip stability and keep you steady on your feet. Number 3, Shiko, gentle sumo stomp. Shiko is by far one of the most powerful yet gentle movements for hip stability. Traditionally part of sumo training, it has been adapted for seniors to strengthen the hips and thighs, improve flexibility, and enhance balance, all without leaving the comfort of your living room. Imagine yourself standing tall, slowly lifting one leg to the side and placing it back down with intention. That's Shiko. It's not about force, but control. Recent research found that Shiko training helps small muscles in the legs and feet grow stronger while shifting the body's center of gravity into a more stable position. This means better balance, a firmer footing, and a reduced risk of falls, something especially important after 60. Some experts even suggest that this simple motion could help prevent the instability that often leads to hip replacements. And getting started with this exercise is super easy. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, lift one leg to the side with a slight bend in the knee, pause, then gently stomp it back down. Repeat the same on the other side, keeping your chest upright and your core engaged. Beginners can start with 6 to 8 repetitions on each leg, using a chair for support if needed. For a gentler version, reduce the height of the lift and focus on slow, steady control. For those who want more of a challenge, aim for 12 to 15 reps per leg, adding a deeper knee bend for intensity. Be mindful not to lean forward, rush the movement, or lock your knees, as these mistakes can reduce effectiveness and increase strain. When done correctly, Shiko strengthens your hips, improves flexibility, and helps you feel more confident with every step. Now that your hips are activated, it's time to move on to the next Japanese-inspired exercise, one that focuses on balance and coordination. But before we continue, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell so you never miss out on more simple, effective tips like these. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to balance or staying steady on your feet? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else watching. Number 2, knee lifts with balance, radio taiso inspired. This movement may look simple, but it's incredibly powerful for seniors over 60. It's called knee lifts with balance, and it's inspired by Japan's beloved radio taiso routine. The idea is to stand tall, lift one knee slowly toward your chest, pause for a moment to hold your balance, and then gently lower it. It's not about speed, it's about rhythm and control. This exercise strengthens your hip flexors, engages your core, and sharpens your balance, all of which are essential for moving confidently in daily life. Research referenced by the National Institutes of Health, NIH, shows that knee-focused balance exercises improve postural stability and reaction time in the quadriceps, the very muscles that help you stand, walk, and climb stairs. Put simply, these movements train your body to react faster and stay steadier, directly supporting hip stability and lowering the risk of falls. And the best part? You can do it right at home. No special equipment required. To try it, stand near a wall or sturdy chair for support. Slowly lift one knee to hip height, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower it back down and switch sides. Keep your back straight and your core engaged. Beginners can start with 6 to 8 reps per leg, lifting lower and holding for less time if needed. For more of a challenge, aim for 12 to 15 reps per leg and add a gentle arm raise to test your coordination. Avoid leaning back, locking your standing knee, or rushing through the movement, as these mistakes can throw off your balance and reduce the benefits. When done correctly, knee lifts with balance build strength, stability, and control, helping you walk with ease and stand without hesitation. Now that your hips and balance are activated, let's loosen things up with a Japanese-inspired warm-up that improves mobility and flow. Number 1, hip circles, Japanese warm-up. Hip circles are a gentle, flowing movement, often seen in Japanese warm-up routines, and they're designed to loosen the hips while improving stability and mobility. By moving the femur bone smoothly within the hip socket, this exercise helps lubricate the joint and stretches the surrounding muscles and connective tissues. When hips become stiff, even simple tasks like bending to tie your shoes or getting in and out of a car can feel difficult. However, hip circles directly combat that stiffness, restoring ease to your everyday movements. In fact, research from the NIH has shown that targeted hip exercises like this can significantly improve postural stability and function, making them super valuable for anyone dealing with aches, stiffness, or limited range of motion. To try it at home, stand tall with your back straight and your hands on your hips. Shift your weight onto your left leg, then guide your right hip forward, sweep it around to the side, and bring it back to complete a smooth circle. After a set, reverse the direction to keep the movement balanced. If you're just starting out, aim for 8 to 10 circles in each direction, keeping the motion small and controlled. You can also keep one hand on a chair for extra support. For a greater challenge, build up to 15 to 20 circles each way, even lifting the opposite foot slightly off the ground to intensify the balance work. The key is to avoid rushing or forcing your hips into big, uncomfortable circles. When done at your own pace, hip circles leave you with a sense of lightness and flow, turning stiff, restricted movements into something smooth and almost dance-like. And now that you've learned these 3 powerful Japanese-inspired exercises, you may be wondering, why do they work so well? And what's the real proof behind their effectiveness? Let's take a closer look at the science and the stories of how these routines have transformed lives. Did you know that hip instability is one of the main reasons many seniors eventually need hip replacements? As we get older, the muscles around the hips weaken, balance declines, and even simple movements like standing up or walking across the room can start to feel unsteady. The real danger comes with falls, which become more frequent and more serious. But here's the encouraging news. Research shows that combining balance training with hip strengthening exercises can reduce fall risk by as much as 20 to 25%. That's not just a statistic, it's the difference between living cautiously and living with confidence. In Japan, seniors have long embraced daily movement through routines like Radio Taiso, a series of gentle rhythmic exercises practiced in parks, homes, and community centers. These movements aren't intense, but they are consistent, and that's the key. By moving smart and making exercise a natural part of their day, Japanese seniors often maintain mobility and independence well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. Let me tell you about Rachel, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She used to dread walking down her front steps because her hips felt stiff, her balance was off, and she feared falling every time she stood. After discovering a short video on Radio Taiso, she began practicing shiko, knee lifts, and hip circles for just 5 minutes a day. Within 3 weeks, she could get out of her chair without bracing on the armrest. By the fifth week, she was walking to the market with ease. And the best part is that she didn't need fancy equipment or a gym, just a little space and the discipline to keep going. Rachel's story is far from unique. It shows what's possible when seniors commit to simple, consistent movement. With the right exercises, anyone can rebuild strength, restore balance, and regain the freedom to live without fear. In fact, this isn't just about stronger hips or better balance. It's about the confidence and freedom that come with them. A wobbly step is more than a physical slip. It creates a ripple of unease that can affect your entire day. It's that hesitation before reaching for something on a high shelf, the choice to take the elevator instead of the stairs, or the quiet decision to skip your usual walk around the neighborhood. Over time, these small choices shrink your world and limit what you feel capable of doing. But by practicing these simple, Japanese-inspired exercises consistently, you're doing more than strengthening your body. You're restoring trust in yourself. Each movement is a step toward freedom, independence, and the ability to live your days without second-guessing what your body can do. You're not just training your hips, you're reclaiming your life. So if there's one message I want you to take away, it's this. Just 5 minutes a day can transform how you move, feel, and live, even if you haven't exercised in years. These hip-strengthening movements aren't only about fitness, they're about freedom. Freedom to walk into your favorite cafe without worry, travel with confidence, or get down on the floor to play with your grandchildren and get back up with ease. And here's a bonus tip. If you want to fuel your progress, add a little soy to your meals. Think edamame, tofu, or even a warm bowl of miso soup. These traditional Japanese foods are super rich in isoflavones and plant-based protein, which help keep your bones strong and your muscles ready for whatever life brings. So here's the deal. Start today. Give your hips just 5 minutes, and with each step, you'll not only grow stronger, you'll grow more confident, more capable, and more free. And if this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who deserves to feel strong and steady too. Remember, your health isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. See you in the next video.